Flash's head coach, Joe Frappolli. Joe, 2 years ago, your team won the Central Jersey Group 1 title. Last year's team went through some growing pains. What have you seen from this year's club early on?
Well, every year takes on a theme of its own. We struggled through some different things. This year's team, we graduated some key players. We've had some off-season injuries, but that's part of the game. Our strength is in our offense and defensive line right now, and we're hoping some of our younger players are going to come along and help us out, as far as doing the skilled things that we need them to do.
And last October, you celebrated a milestone, 400 games coached here at Florence. What does that milestone mean to you, looking back on it now as another season's right around the corner?
I think it's meant that I've been here a long time. It's hard to believe. We just settled this past weekend. My wife and I celebrated our 40th wedding anniversary. So I always sort of measure that because I got married right before I started as head football coach. So they sort of coincide. And I think about our football family and my family, my immediate family, and that's really what it's all about. Just a lot of great people over the years, a lot of support, and just a lot of fun. I still get the goosebumps when I think about Florence football, and as long as I do that, as long as they'll have me, I'll continue to try to do it.
So the opening opponent this year is Burlington City, trying to avenge a loss to the Blue Devils that you suffered last year. What kind of challenges did they present for your team?
Well, opening day is always a challenge. I've always believed that sometimes on opening day, somebody doesn't win, but somebody loses. Because there's so many. It's the first time you're really going against full tilt against a live opponent with officials and. Even though you have sort of a simulated game, it's still not the same thing because you don't have all the same kicking and all. Burlington City is a formidable program. Coach Sack has done a great job. They got a tremendous quarterback. It's always been a big rivalry for us. So it's a big, tough opener for us, no doubt about it. And then we go right into Pemberton, and the schedule makers haven't been very kind to us. When you look at our schedule, we have no buys, no openings. So we're going to have our challenges this year, no doubt about it.
If your team is going to have success, and we look back on the season and call it a success, what will have had to have happened on the field?
Well, our expectations are always really high. We always want to play at a high competitive level. We always want to get into being what we call late in November, early in December. We want to play in championship-type games. So that to us is what our expectations are and what we try to do all the time. Anything short of that, sometimes you feel like, you haven't accomplished as much as you want to accomplish. But it's going to be very tough. There's no doubt about it. And we have to be realistic. We have a lot of new players. And some of those new players are going to be manning some of the key positions. And we have a lot of holes to fill on our defensive side. So, we'll see what happens. It's the old adage, but we'll take, one day at a time, one game at a time. And, we can't get too distracted with the fact that we may have some growing pains with a lot of new players on the roster.
Well, Coach, best of luck. We'll talk to you later on.
Thank you so much.